There comes a moment in every person's life when they realize that the biggest battles they ever fight won't be with the world. They'll be with themselves. And if you don't take control of the four most dangerous forces inside your life, they will quietly, slowly, and ruthlessly destroy everything you're trying to build. You see, people look at successful individuals like Denzel Washington and think it's luck, talent, or opportunity, but they forget the truth. Success is built on control. Control of your mind, your habits, your circle, and your time. These are the forces that shape your destiny long before the world ever sees your results. If you don't master them, they will master you. If you don't command them, they will command the direction of your life. Because the reality is simple. Your future isn't waiting for permission. It's waiting for discipline. And today, you're going to be reminded of the power you already have, the responsibility you carry, and the greatness that starts when you decide to take control before these four things take control of you. Unmanaged thoughts are the quiet architects of your life, shaping your emotions, your actions, and ultimately your future, often without you even realizing it. Most people underestimate the power of what goes on inside their own minds, assuming that thoughts are harmless, temporary flashes that come and go. But the truth is that every thought you entertain plants a seed, and the more you feed it, the deeper it grows. Negative thoughts have a way of multiplying. One small doubt can turn into a belief, and one belief can turn into a limitation that holds you back for years. When you don't take control of your inner dialogue, you allow fear, insecurity, and self-criticism to become the loudest voices in your head, even louder than your ambition or your purpose. These thoughts begin to influence the decisions you make, how you show up, how you speak to yourself, how you respond to challenges, and how quickly you give up when life tests you. Think about how many dreams die before they ever start. Not because the dream was impossible, but because the person convinced themselves it wasn't worth trying. That conviction doesn't come from reality. It comes from unmanaged thoughts. A single moment of doubt, when left unchecked, can rewrite the story you're trying to live. And the cruel part is that you often don't even notice it happening. Your mind can trick you into believing things that aren't true, telling you you're not ready, not capable, not good enough, until you start living like someone who's already defeated. The real danger lies in how subtle these thoughts are. They blend in with your daily routine, hiding behind your feelings, your habits, and your past experiences, slowly shaping a version of you that's smaller than who you're meant to be. But when you begin to observe your thoughts instead of blindly accepting them, everything shifts. You start realizing that not every thought deserves your attention, not every fear deserves your belief, and not every doubt deserves a seat at the table of your future. Your thoughts only have power when you agree with them. Taking control means interrupting the negative cycle, replacing the noise with intention, and choosing thoughts that align with the person you want to become. It means challenging the lies your mind tells you and strengthening the truths that move you forward. Because the thoughts you allow are the thoughts that shape your life. And the life you live tomorrow begins with the thoughts you choose today. Your reactions are the split-second choices that determine the direction of your life. Yet most people move through the world letting emotions take the wheel without ever realizing the damage it causes. A reaction may last only a moment, but the consequences can last for years. When you don't control your reactions, anger makes decisions for you, fear speaks on your behalf, and frustration becomes the filter through which you see everything. One impulsive response can break relationships, close doors, and sabotage opportunities you spent years preparing for. And the dangerous part is that losing control feels justified in the moment. Your mind tells you that you have a right to lash out, shut down, or act without thinking. But once the moment passes, you're left facing the fallout of something that could have been avoided with a single breath, a single pause, a single moment of awareness. People often underestimate how much of their stress, disappointment, and conflict comes not from what happens to them, but from how they respond. Two people can go through the exact same struggle, yet one becomes stronger while the other becomes bitter. The difference isn't the event, it's the reaction. Life will always bring pressure, setbacks, disrespect, and unexpected storms. You cannot control that, but you can control the story you tell yourself about it. You can control the energy you bring to the situation. You can control whether you escalate or de-escalate the problem. Your reaction is your power, but when you let emotions dictate that reaction, you're giving that power away. Think about how many situations could be different if you had chosen patience over impulsiveness, understanding over anger, strategy over emotion. Every time you react without intention, you're training your mind to be controlled by external forces, other people's attitudes, circumstances, or mistakes. But when you choose your response, you train your mind to stay grounded, disciplined, and secure no matter what is happening around you. Controlled reactions protect your peace, your progress, and your future. They help you navigate life with a clear mind instead of a clouded one. They allow you to rise above situations that used to pull you down. And with time, you begin to realize that true strength isn't found in how loudly you respond, but in how calmly you maintain your power. Your environment is one of the greatest influences on who you become. Yet most people move through life unaware of how deeply they are shaped by the people and energy around them. Every person you interact with, every conversation you entertain, every place you spend your time adds something to you or takes something away. Some environments feed your ambition, while others slowly drain your confidence. Some people inspire you to grow, while others subtly convince you to shrink. When you don't control your environment, you leave your future in the hands of whatever influences happen to be closest, and not all of those influences have your best interest at heart. The truth is, your environment is either pushing you toward your goals or pulling you away from them. And the danger is that it happens quietly, almost invisibly, until you wake up one day wondering why you feel stuck, lost, or unmotivated. People often underestimate how much their circle affects their mindset. You start absorbing the attitudes, habits, and beliefs of those around you without ever making a conscious decision. If you're surrounded by negativity, you begin to expect the worst. If you're surrounded by people who settle, you start lowering your own standards. But if your environment is filled with discipline, focus, and purpose, you naturally rise to match that energy. Your inner circle becomes a mirror that reflects who you are becoming. So if you want to change your life, one of the first places to look is the space and people you allow close to you. Protecting your environment doesn't mean cutting everyone off. It means recognizing who brings clarity and who brings chaos, who fuels your growth, and who feeds your doubt. There are environments where your dreams feel possible, and there are environments where your dreams feel foolish. The difference is not your capability. It is the energy you are surrounded by. When you're in the wrong environment, your motivation feels heavy, your passion starts fading, and you find yourself fighting battles that shouldn't exist. But when you're in the right environment, ideas flow, discipline strengthens, and you begin to move through life with a sense of purpose instead of pressure. That is why controlling your environment is not optional. It is foundational. It shapes your mood, your thinking, your habits, and ultimately your identity. You cannot expect to build a powerful future while living in a powerless environment. You cannot expect to grow while staying surrounded by people who are committed to staying the same. Your environment is either your greatest support system or your biggest threat, and the direction of your life depends on which one you choose to keep close. Discipline is the silent force that shapes your future long before you ever see the results. It is the bridge between intentions and achievements, between dreams and reality, and between who you are and who you're capable of becoming. Most people want success, but very few are willing to build the discipline required to sustain it. They wait for motivation, forgetting that motivation is temporary, emotional, and unpredictable, while discipline is steady, reliable, and consistent. Without discipline, your goals remain ideas, your potential stays locked inside you, and your progress becomes inconsistent. Discipline is what teaches your mind and body to show up, even when you don't feel like it, to keep going even when you're tired, and to stay focused even when distractions grow louder than your purpose. The real challenge is that discipline rarely feels exciting. It feels repetitive, uncomfortable, and sometimes even boring. It asks you to do the work when no one is watching, to make sacrifices no one will applaud, and to choose long-term progress over short-term pleasure. But every small disciplined action compounds. Every early morning, Every hour of practice, every time you say no to what doesn't serve you, you're shaping a stronger version of yourself. You are building habits that will carry you forward when life becomes difficult. When you rely only on motivation, you fall apart the moment things get hard. But when you rely on discipline, you stand tall even in moments of weakness. Discipline also protects you from your own impulses. It keeps you grounded when your emotions try to pull you out of alignment. It reminds you of your goals when temptation tries to distract you. It helps you stay committed when others around you quit. A disciplined person doesn't need perfect conditions to move forward. They move forward because they have already made the decision to. They understand that every achievement is the result of countless unglamorous choices, choosing consistency over convenience, choosing growth over comfort, choosing effort over excuses. The most powerful part of discipline is how it transforms your identity. The more you practice it, the more you start trusting yourself. You begin to see yourself as someone capable, someone dependable, someone who follows through. You stop negotiating with your excuses and start negotiating with your future. Because discipline isn't just about what you do, it's about who you become in the process. It turns your life from something that happens to you into something you actively build. And with each disciplined step, you move closer to the life you know you're meant to live. Time is the one resource you can never earn back, replace, or repair once it's gone. Yet it is the resource people waste the most without even realizing it. Every day you are given 24 hours, and within those hours lie the opportunities that determine the direction of your life. The way you use your time reflects your priorities, your values, and your vision, even when you're not consciously thinking about it. When you don't take control of your time, other people, distractions, and impulses will gladly control it for you. You start giving hours to conversations that drain you, to habits that don't grow you, and to activities that don't align with who you want to become. And slowly, without noticing, you begin to drift away from your goals. Not because you lack talent or ambition, but because you allowed your time to be consumed by things that didn't matter. People often say they don't have enough time, but the reality is that they don't have enough focus. They spend their days reacting instead of planning, living on autopilot instead of intentionally choosing where their hours go. Every day you are either investing your time or spending it. Investing it builds your future. Spending it just passes the day. What makes time so powerful is that it exposes your discipline and your priorities. You can tell what someone truly cares about by how they use their hours. If your time is scattered, your results will be scattered. If your time is directed, your life will move in the direction you've intentionally chosen. Guarding your time means understanding that not everything deserves your attention. It means recognizing which tasks move your life forward and which ones pull you away from your purpose. It means valuing your hours enough to say no when you need to, step back when you must, and focus when distractions try to steal your momentum. Time is a currency more valuable than money because money can return, but the minutes you lose never will. Every wasted hour is an opportunity you will never see again, a step you will never take again, a moment you will never experience again. When you begin treating your time with respect, your life naturally elevates. You start moving differently, thinking differently, prioritizing differently. You stop giving your hours to people who don't value them and start using them to build the future you know you deserve. Because at the end of your life, it won't be the things you wanted to do that will haunt you. It will be the time you wasted that you can never get back. So make every moment count, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.